Markiplier, I finally decided on what I wanted to do with this piece. Now, I didn't really want to stick with the Sky of the No Man's Sky because they're all like kind of monotone. Like, it's all one orange or one pink, and then it's got like clouds on it, and I was like, nah, I kind of want to do like a gradient type thing. So I went with my own style on that, and went for like an orange to like a pinky red to like a purple. And then, you'll see in a little bit, I put down some green, which part of it didn't record, I don't know why, but put down some green, and I spent all this time turning into grass and trying to make it look like the putrid poison planet from Jack's playthrough, and then I tried to add in like the little dark spots, and that's where it went completely wrong. So I end up switching all the stuff you see here ends up becoming brown, which I ended up liking better. I ended up basing it off of Mark's starting planet from his episode 1. At the time of watching it, at the time of me editing this, it's the only one he has out. And he really just spends most of his time on that planet. And it was like this really barren, like there's no fauna, there's lots of flora though. Well, not lots, but like it's not completely barren. So I ended up going with that really like dark brown. And I tried to like make it look mountainous, kind of rugged terrain type look. Here's where you're gonna see where I tried adding in the brown splotches, and it just didn't work out in my favor at all. Like looking back, it's kind of painful to look at because it didn't work. I don't know how I was trying to make it work. So here I'm fixing my mistake kind of by making it all brown, and the green underneath actually proved to be quite the challenge the entire time I was working on this. The second layer of gouache ended up making the pages curl at the end where the mountainous hills were, so that was kind of frustrating. Like, I know that was all my fault for switching colors up on the paper. Clearly, it's multimedia paper. It's a Canson brand multimedia paper, and clearly it's not meant for layers upon layers upon layers of paint. Like, I would have to get a canvas or something specifically made for lots and lots of paint. But I did. I got mixed media, which is good for like 1 or 2 layers of paint, not because I had to put the second layer of green down to add all that variety. So it was not meant for all this paint, and that's okay. It's not the paper's fault. So I ended up liking these darker colors a lot, these browns a lot better anyway. And I based most of this piece right here, obviously not the shapes because I kept switching whose planet I was going to do. So obviously the hills are not completely based off of it, but the rest of the scene is really based off of Mark's starting planet. I've got a lot of the hills are synonymous with a piece of his video. Not the hills, the plants, the placement of the plants are very synonymous with his video. I wanted to really pay homage to him because the last time I tried doing a Markiplier like fan art type thing, didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. It was kind of a disappointment to me, and I really liked how this turned out. And though it wasn't like strictly Markiplier, like anyone who didn't watch the video would have no idea how this related to Markiplier. If you did watch the video, you can see how it resembles a couple of the shots. Oh, I'm assuming you can see that his video was an hour long, so. Right now I'm putting down the base for a bunch of cacti. There will be these little round cacti everywhere, and these really barren trees, and these weird like blue cattail things. And then there were like little lily pads that formed from the ground all over this piece. Like that, it was like, I think there were a few mushrooms. I ended up putting one down, but there were like a bunch of mushrooms as well everywhere, and that was about it. And I know that sounds like there was a ton, but compared to other planets, there really wasn't a lot. There was like no grass anywhere, so there was just dirt upon dirt upon dirt upon dirt. The trees were like really, like they looked normal until you got close. They had these weird like tall things on the sides of them. I don't know what they were. I guess it made it look more alien because I was just like, oh, it's a tree, and then I was like, no, it's not a tree. I don't know what it is. Then I tried to blend the edges of the mountainside into the mountains so it looked more like, you know, like the shadow of it being indented into the ground. And I think the blending helped a little bit. Not a ton, but did a little bit. Going back to adding more cacti everywhere. And placing basically the cacti and the other plants. The goal is to just put down a base of gouache, that way I could go back over it with colored pencil. That's basically what I did. You'll see that in a little bit. I think that's about all I have to say on this piece. At the very end, I add a little spaceman and frustrated the crap out of me because I just could not get it the way I wanted it to. Partially my fault because I was being very impatient with it. I went to add in the spaceman. I've been working on this sporadically throughout the day. It took about, taking out all the breaks and everything, had about 3 hours of footage, and that's not including all the prep time and everything. But coming back to the little man, I was getting really impatient with it, because I just watched the U.S. Women's National Team lose to Sweden in the Olympics. That was kind of disappointing, so I was really frustrated when I came back to work on this, and I just wanted to get it done. Yeah, but all I have to say, so the rest of this will just be music and calm, pretty fun times, and if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, and hit that subscribe button, because I try to post on Mondays and Fridays, and I sort of kind of do that. Yeah, see you in the next video.